Mojang just did something diabolical. If you've noticed anything common in the recent mob votes, every option so far has been a made-up mob creature that's totally fantasy. But this year, they decided to change things up a bit. As we see, they've added crabs, which for 3-4 years aren't fantasy, and they've revolutionized Minecraft mob voting forever. Could the next mob potentially be a real mob too? Because this is an experiment, it could be in 1.21. Because they're nerfing the discounting of Zombie Villager. Before, let's say, if you wanted to reduce this to 1 paper for 1 emerald, it would cure him, but before this, you could do it infinitely to reduce your trades all the way down to 1. But now you can only cure him once, and also, what kind of villager is this? I've never seen it like this before. Subscribe. When coming to mob votes, there's one thing Mojang lacks. Since every mob that's made into the game from the mob vote has been terrible, here's how I could make the 2023 mobs even better. Starting off with the crab, I'd want it to spawn on any single beach, and maybe come with some meat too. Maybe since it's seafood meat, maybe we could add sushi using kelp and rice. For the armadillo, I'd want it to spawn in a mangrove swamp and desert, and maybe even jungle too, rather than just this. And then for penguins, I'd like them to actually spawn in snowy places too, and maybe have different variations too. Subscribe. So last video I was talking about all the mobs and what I'd add to make them better. And then I was planning on getting footage of the mob I was going to vote for. And then I stumbled upon this. Yes, a pillager outpost in the ocean. And here's the funniest part. Yes, I know pillager outposts are asymmetrical, but like the woodland mansion, it goes down, deep. I even dug this hole here, but there's nothing except just cobblestone and wood. So this would make for a pretty cool base since you have pillagers guarding it. And you can just build right inside. But sadly there's no sentry armor trim. Subscribe. Here's why you should vote for this mob for the Minecraft Mob Vote 2023! After whittling it down to the top 3 mobs, I've chosen this mob because I think it'll give us the most purpose. I chose the cutest mob, and I'm actually in the biome it's supposed to be in right now. Yes, I'm talking about the penguin, as I hate the stony shore, but it'll actually give us a mob that we can find here with a use to make boats go faster. I'm not a diehard though, so I don't care if the penguin doesn't make it, but all these mobs seem pretty good. What will you vote for? And subscribe! Interesting facts about Minecraft cats. The first fact, which I didn't even know, is when you kill a cat, it drops string for some reason. Why? Also, every time you spawn a cat in a witch hut, it's always black. When you sleep, a cat has a big chance of giving you something in the morning, which can vary. These items include the phantom membrane, the feather, and some chicken too. Interestingly enough, there are 11 different variants of cat too. That's cool. Cats also only spawn in villages, and they come in baby and adult form too. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll make more interesting facts videos. Interesting facts about Minecraft cats. The first fact, which I didn't even know, is when you kill a cat, it drops string for some reason. Why? Also, every time you spawn a cat in a witch hut, it's always black. When you sleep, a cat has a big chance of giving you something in the morning, which can vary. These items include the phantom membrane, the feather, and some chicken too. Interestingly enough, there are 11 different variants of cat too. That's cool. Cats also only spawn in villages, and they come in baby and adult form too. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll make more interesting facts videos. What item has the longest name in Minecraft? Minecraft items are supposed to have pretty small names, so it's easy to memorize, and you don't forget. But I guess since 1.17, they've decided to get specifically into the details so much. Before, the reigning champion used to be the polished blackstone brick stairs, which is about 40 characters long. But then 1.17 gave us copper, and that meant in 1.17, Blackstone was not the longest name. The winner is waxed weathered cut copper stairs at over 41 characters. Please subscribe. Toxic things to do in Minecraft to assert your dominance. These are the scientifically proven facts you need to be that one guy that everyone hates on the server. If you build a netherite beacon, you're on top. Or when you enchant all the items that no one ever uses and no one ever enchants. And for the most toxic thing you don't want to do, unless you're a god. Full netherite armor with netherite as the armor trim, and the rarest armor trim, silent armor trim. If you do all these things, you're him, and you'll probably get banned. Okay, subscribe. To vote for the Minecraft Mob Vote 2023, at least on Bedrock, you go down to the left corner here, and this is actually the first time I've ever done this, but I guess it takes you to a server. Yo, this is pretty cool. Get a cape. So I guess you just walk straight into the lobby. So I guess all you have to do is press the lever for the mob you want to be added into the game, so let's go. W. Yo, you even get stuff? That's so cool. I'm not sure if you can infinitely spam a mob to get the votes up, but I guess you only get like the skin add-ons and costumes from the first mob you pick. Anyways, subscribe. Armor trim tricks you need to know. Since being added in Minecraft 1.20, armor trims come in 16 different variants. You can use any piece of armor, any ore, and any armor trim for this. The one I personally like the most is Amethyst on Netherite armor, using the Silent armor trim. These are not permanent, so if you want to use a different trim with a different piece of armor or different ore, you can just change it like that. The rarest armor trim is the Silent armor trim, having like a 0.1 chance of finding it in the Ancient City. You can also put them on armor stands to make some interesting builds. Subscribe for more interesting facts videos. So last video I was talking about all the mobs and what I'd add to make them better. And then I was planning on getting footage of the mob I was going to vote for. And then I stumbled upon this. Yes, a pillager outpost in the ocean. And here's the funniest part. Yes, I know pillager outposts are asymmetrical, but like the Woodland Mansion, it goes down, deep. I even dug this hole here, but there's nothing except just cobblestone and woods. This would make for a pretty cool base since you have pillagers guarding it. And you can just build right inside. But sadly there's no sentry armor trim. Subscribe. What is the rarest loot you can find? As we all know, every structure with the chest always has a specified loot table. So on the topic of really rare Minecraft items, there's some you can only obtain from chests. As some of you might have heard, the rarest item is probably the double grass. But ironically, it's quite common in acacia villages. Now while it is very rare to find these things, they're still not the rarest things in Minecraft. In fact, this item is so rare, and it was also only added last update. The Silence armor trim with only having a crazy chance of 1.2% finding it in an Ancient City chest. Please subscribe. What is the scariest Minecraft biome? A question you've never really thought of before. But in fact, it is very reasonable, and even Mojang has set Minecraft's scariest biome by themselves. Your answer to this question would probably be the Dark Oak Forest, as it's very roofed by leaves. It is also quite dark, but you can get jump scared from the mobs that spawn during the day. But no, there's an even scarier biome. That biome is the Mega Taiga. Like, look at the giant trees, the ground, and, scariest of all, Mojang spawns these mossy cobblestone as gravestones. Subscribe. Here are my most impressive builds from Minecraft in survival. Don't forget to comment or vote on which city you thought I built the best. This was the second of my cities on this world built that was also bomb. I call the city West Sorch Sen. Then through the portal, we enter the first city I've ever built on this world. This here was my country's capital, the flooded city of Barland. And right through this valley, we see the city, best city anyone's ever built on this server. The city I call Bridges. And yes, I actually did build all of this in survival and on Pocket Edition too. And I think for that serious dedication, I deserve you hitting that subscribe button. My current opinions on Minecraft 1.21. The theme so far on this update is combat, adventure, and improving existing features. So while it's not the update we kinda wanted, at least Mojang's updating previous features. I like their idea because I think it's like a server update. They're trying to update servers, make them more like political, maybe more combats, more PvPs. It's fascinating to me because it seems like Minecraft is entering like some sort of industrial revolution, which good for me means they might make wars even more interesting. Subscribe and share me your opinions on Minecraft 1.21. Will the rest of the mobs from the Minecraft mob vote make it into the game? It's hard to say since Mojang themselves say that they usually scrap all the other mobs that don't win the mob vote, but then somehow the frog made it back into the game. And as you've probably seen, the top comments on mob vote videos are saying that they want all of the mobs in the game. And since this was the first year, all the mobs were real mobs. I personally think they'll somehow be added into Minecraft at some point. Subscribe. What you can and can't. Silk Touch. The basic rule of Silk Touch is that you can use it on any block to drop that block itself. But just like everything else in Minecraft, Mojang loves to abide by rules. So here are the general rules of what you can Silk Touch about all these items as long as the pickaxe is made out of a higher quality ore. And then the obvious ones like the dungeon spawner and budding amethyst. But then with some nature decorations, you can only use shears to obtain them. So yeah, don't get that too confused. And yeah, that's what you can and can't Silk Touch. Subscribe. Which Minecraft block has the most variations? As you can see, there are many different variants of all these blocks. All of them are some form of variation of stone or wood. Now, on the typical wood basis, there are 13 different items and blocks they can make up. And each stone type has 6 different variations. So then which of these has the biggest family then? Ironically, Minecraft 1.20 made bamboo the biggest block family, even when it only had one variant. Subscribe. Do you know what minecarts are actually used for? Well, breaking news, everyone. You are wrong. Believe it or not, there's actually intention onto why minecarts are very slow. They're not meant to be ridden, but rather to trap mobs, as mobs can get trapped in minecarts, and they can't even cross over rails. So now you can tell all your friends that you've been using minecarts wrong. Subscribe. What is the most useful item in Minecraft? Now, since there are a lot of items that people hate and are useless, I've decided to officially be the first person that tells you the most useful item in Minecraft. If you haven't been living under a rock, then you should know the most essential resources are iron, stone, and wood. Hopefully it shouldn't surprise you that the most useful item in Minecraft is the crafting table. Subscribe.